Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. I am Glory, the Golden Light Goddess, and I'm here today to do a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of May 2018. Today I'll be using two decks. The first is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck for the main portion of the reading, and then I'll be pulling a guidance card from Karen Sangster's Chakra Insight Oracle deck. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with your reading, Sag, for the month of May. We are starting out with your overall energy card. These cards were pulled from the initial deck in January for all of the months of 2018, and you are coming out with the Hierophant card, or the Faith card as it's called in some other decks. This card is about being conventional. It could signify marriage or commitment. It's also about sharing knowledge. Capricorn also received this as their overall energy. So if you are a Capricorn or are with a Capricorn, or have Capricorn as your rising or moon sign, I encourage you to take a look at that reading as well. So again, we're talking conventional ways of doing things, conventional ways of being. This also could speak to your faith. If you are a very spiritual individual, it could be that your faith is either being tested, or there's a need to exercise your faith in the month of May. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest of your cards and see exactly how this Hierophant plays out with the rest of your cards here. Alright, calling on my guides, angels, teachers, helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Sagittarius, asking for wisdom, clarity, vision, and light as we look at the energy available to the sign of Sagittarius in the month of May 2018. Asking for 5 cards that are the highest guidance for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of May 2018, and giving thanks in advance for perfect clarity, vision, and wisdom. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Alright, Sag. Let's take a look at your 5 cards. That feels pretty good there. Alright, so let's cut the cards and we'll see what we have in store for Sag. Alright, Sag, so we're looking at 5 cards today, and these 5 cards represent your internal power, your abundance, your romance, and this is your challenge card as well as your outcome card. So let's start here with your internal power. You do have the Eight. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I struggled with that. I had to literally count. It's actually the 7 of Pentacles here. We have the 7 of Pentacles coming up as your internal energy. Alright, so when we see the 7 of Pentacles coming in as your internal energy, we're really talking here about patience and hard work. Really, the patience thing is what jumps out to me as an internal energy. Very patient is a quality and an internal power that we all could certainly use more of, is being patient. So Sag, you're coming in right up front with your internal energy here as patience and hard work. This could also mean that you're waiting for a return on your investment. But while you're waiting, you're continuing to work very hard and being very patient in the process. So that is a wonderful, wonderful internal energy to have going on there for Sag. So let's move on now to your abundance card. Now, you have the Queen of Swords coming up in the upright in your abundance card area here, or in the area of your abundance. And this Queen of Swords is really about being very logical, being self-sufficient, but above all, it's about telling the truth. So when we see this self-sufficient in your abundance area, this speaks very clearly to the fact that while you're working hard and while you're being patient, you're also relying on your own abilities to get things done. You're operating with your own mental clarity, your own mental strength to get your tasks accomplished here. And being self-sufficient is a wonderful characteristic to see in the abundance area. That means that, again, you're working hard and standing on your own too, and making it happen for yourself in a very clear and concise manner. So that is something to be commended for. So kudos to you, Sag, for being very focused, very patient, and very self-sufficient when it comes to getting things done. All right, next up we have your romance department here. Now, this could signify, and what I'm picking up, honestly, I don't really try to sugarcoat the information that comes in to me when I'm reading. I give it exactly how it's given to me. And what I'm picking up here is that there's a struggle in the financial, or not the financial, I'm sorry, in the romance department, right? Either you're barely holding on to a relationship that you're involved in, or that relationship is in, or perhaps you're looking for a relationship and it hasn't shown up yet. When we see the Five of Pentacles coming up in the upright, what that really speaks to is worrying, isolation, so the isolation piece is what I'm picking up on here. Either you're involved with someone and feeling very isolated, like you're in two different worlds, or maybe you hardly see each other. There's some connection missing, or you're looking for someone and you haven't found that person yet. So that's causing you to feel somewhat isolated. Either way, this card does, speak to the fact that there's some nurturing going on. There's some healing that's required. Perhaps you're helping someone to heal a part, something for them to help them to be a better partner for you. You're playing a vital role in their healing process. But this is something is lacking in your romance department. It could be romance itself, if it's sexual, related to your sexual relations, where you're not enjoying that part of your relationship as much as you used to, or as much as you like to. So there's something missing or lacking, or causing you to feel isolated here when it comes to romance, is what I want to say there. All right. So next up we have your challenge. All right. So here you have another major arcana coming in. The Emperor is your challenge. Now, the Emperor could be a person who's challenging you. That would be a fire sign. More than likely it would be an Aries, because this card does represent the sign of Aries. So it could be that you have an Aries that may be presenting somewhat of a challenge to you in the month of May. This card also signifies control, power, so if there could be a challenge around if you're in a leadership position, if you're one who's in a management role or an executive or a leadership position, something about that could present some challenges to you in the month of May, because this is coming in as a challenge energy, and we know that being very resourceful or powerful is not really a challenge, but you could be presented with a challenge in the course of being and doing the work that you're charged to do. All right, so that's what I'm picking up here around this Emperor. And strategic planning is also words that are coming into my mind now. There could be challenges around planning. If you're planning an event or a big to do in the month of May, you could actually experience some challenges around that, some issues, delays even around that particular event. So that's what's coming through with this Emperor card. Let's move on now to your final outcome card. You do have the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana coming up in the reverse. Now, the Wheel of Fortune upright is about luck. It's about the wheel. It's also about karma, your karmic destiny, the wheel turning in the way that it's supposed to get you to where you need to be. When we see this Wheel of Fortune coming in the reverse this way, it's about feeling like maybe you're stuck in a rut. Things are out of control. Again, I'm drawn back to the Emperor, where we see an issue, a challenge in the area of control and power. I mentioned whether or not you're in a leadership role, or planning an event, something going on with the whole power thing, that's going to be challenging for you. And as a result, it could certainly leave you feeling a bit like stuck, like you're stuck, or like you're not able to control these outcomes. I am being drawn back to your overall energy card. As I mentioned, this could indicate that there's a need for you to have faith, or a reason for you to activate your faith. And this could very well be it. With this other major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune coming in the reverse, this could be the thing that you're needing to activate your faith on here, because this could leave you feeling the challenge that you potentially face. I'm picking it up in your relationship area as well as in the challenge area. So there could actually be things going on in the month of May that would make you feel like, you're stuck. And that's never the case. Things are always moving, things are always changing. It's all about your perspective, how you're viewing the events that are unfolding for you at any given moment. You can either choose to see the cup as half full or the cup as half empty. But either way, you'll be right, right? However you set that up for yourself is exactly how you'll experience it. So that's something to be mindful of as you move throughout the energy in the month of May. And I did want to also comment again on this very positive energy that you have here with your ability to be a very hard worker, very clear and patiently waiting for things to change, patiently waiting for your time to come where perhaps this relationship that is exhibiting some sort or the lack thereof of a relationship is causing you to feel some sense of isolation there as well. All right, so let's go ahead now and take a look at your final outcome card for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of May 2018. I am pulling from the Chakra Insight Oracle deck by Karen Sangster, calling on my guides, teachers, helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Sagittarius, asking for one additional guidance card to close out their reading for the month of May. All right. Visualization, imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. All right. A real clear indication from Spirit here that there is a need for you to expand your vision, a need for you to, while you're patiently working and waiting, working towards and waiting for your return on your investment here, practice perhaps seeing things the way you'd like them to be. If you're one who's feeling this lack or sense of pain as it relates to a romantic relationship, you can begin to visualize having the experience that you'd like to have. The Secret, Law of Attraction, things of that nature have all showed to us or revealed to us that in order for us to really manifest anything in our life, we have to see that being a possibility for us. So to begin to expand what's possible for you by visualizing the things that you really, if a strong, solid, loving, joyous, respectful relationship is what you're looking for, first of all, you have to be that. You have to be the things that you're seeking. And then secondly, you have to begin to see the things that you're thinking. So being able to visualize is a very valuable tool to use. And Spirit is bringing this out as a tool for Sag to use in the month of May. All right, so that does conclude your reading for the month of May. I thank you for joining me this month, and I look forward to seeing you back here in the month of June. Namaste.